Welcome back to the channel. It's Jam Culture TV. And in local music news, a well-known hip-hop mogul has finally addressed a long-standing feud with a prominent industry figure. Dame has released a video detailing the events that led to the conflict and his perspective on that situation. The feud between Dame and Steve Stout, a topic discussion in the music industry for years. Now Dame has broken his silence, offering a detailed account of the events that led to that conflict and the fallout as well. So more on that in a moment. Now, Dame claims that the feud began with a personal altercation, followed by a series of business disputes. He also alleges that Stout had spread false information about him and tried to sabotage his career. In this video, Dame emphasizes the importance of transparency and honesty, and he calls on Stout to end the feud and move forward. In addition to those statements, Dame also spoke on Jay and his relationship with Puffy, highlighting the alleged Diddy freak-off parties that have gone viral in recent weeks. Let's listen to what he said.
I don't want to see nobody that is in hip-hop hurt. It was like, you know, the way they glorify violence, but like, and again, I'm not glorifying this, but, you know, as a young, in the street, I've seen people get killed. And it's disgusting to watch. It's not cool like the movies. You know, it's not like boom, bang, and it's like, it's really sad. There's a dark feeling, and you see life leave a person, or when a bullet goes into someone's head and it don't bleed, it just swells up, and then you got to go to a fucking wake and watch a family cry. That shit is not glorifiable. It's the reason why I tried to get as far away from it as I could. But it's the same thing, like watching what's going on with Puff, it doesn't feel good. I don't want to see someone that maybe we had like a bullshit disagreement where I don't want to see them die or be tortured. I'm not going to celebrate the pain of anybody, any human being, even if they deserve it.
What do you think about the way they're portraying Jay right now?
You know, to be honest, I really hope, like the things that they're saying are like, they're terrible. Like, I'd be like, yo, it's hard for me to even think that any of those things can be true. I don't want them to be true. Like, you know, they saying they're going to pick him up next year. I don't want to see that man go to jail. As much as he's been, to me, you know, unfair toward, or not unfair, the way he be fucking with my money. I want to hope that that's the worst that he's been doing. I would never want to hear, like, Jay at a freak-off party. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The shit they saying, and I just be wondering why he don't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's terrible. And I look at, you know, like when my teeth fell out, and I know y'all want to make it like they were dentures, but show me a picture of me with some dentures. In the last year, I've had these. Look at the live and see what teeth I had in my mouth before. They were not teeth, they were grills. But it's called cool. I saw, what's her name, bring it up on Math Hoffa. I was Kim. Word? That's how you want to do? All right. The teeth moment, I get you. But, you know, again, I'll be like, damn, who sent her? But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, but it's only, that shit is jokes. That shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it means anything. But what I want to go viral is, you know, the business stuff. And I want people to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? Period. So with the teeth stuff, you know, there was jokes and all that, but the stuff that I'm hearing and I see daily in that algorithm, it's about his family. I mean, I don't even want to say all the stuff they saying, but it would be such another big blow for hip hop. Regardless of what, you know, perception-wise, Jay is also a pillar of hip-hop. And if anything bad happens to him, then it's really going to look crazy for hip-hop. You know? So I would never want to think that he lost his soul to that extent. You know, this is someone I grew up with. No matter what, I don't wish if he was doing the crazy shit they're saying, then, you know, there's going to always be some degree of recourse at some point. But I really hope that shit ain't true. You know, I would hate to think that the people that were in my world really had that degree of a secret, that they were completely different people than, you know, I was trying to empower. You know, like there was a time pause that he inspired me. You know, I love his family. I love his mother. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's hard for me to be beefing with people when I know their children or their parents to a certain level. You know, you're still cool with the kids. That's why when, like, you know, he was supposed to be Jay's supposed to be my son's godfather. I'm like, how does he do that to Boogie's, his godson's father? You know, so there are some levels that I know are dark, but again, I'm just hoping that it's not that dark, because then I'm gonna have to process that. But I just wish, to be honest, that the people that are being accused of certain things, they should just step up and be like, yo, they bugging. Man, you know what I mean? Just dead that shit. Like, you know, this is a very transparent place and world in these days. It's very easy to say that's not true. You know, I wasn't at that party. I didn't do what they said I did. And, you know, I remember when I would ask Jay, yo, well, how come they keep saying we beefing? And how come you don't say nothing about it? He'd be like, oh, I don't want to bring no fuel to it. Nah, that brought all the fuel to it. So being silent is sometimes the loudest thing in the world. So I believe if the things aren't true, because I hear the stuff that Jaguar says.
Y'all, when was the last time you didn't have to worry about putting food on your table? Right now, till the end of this week, our migrant-loving administration is trying to buy our support with these official personal spending cards that get reloaded every month with $5,800. That's almost $6,000 straight into our pockets, no strings attached. All part of a new bill that was just passed last week, silently taking billions of dollars out of the migrants' funds, and the state is putting it right back into the pockets of all eligible Americans. If you're behind on your bills, this is the financial boost you can use right about now. And if you are not on Medicaid or make less than $50,000 a year, you're instantly approved and can claim this right away. Y'all remember those stimmy checks and how much they came in clutch? Well, this is even better and comes with way more cash. Grab a hold of your own and don't snooze on this, because the states are not passing this up to everyone, only to those who call in and claim it. And the best part? This card never expires, giving you the freedom to use it whenever necessary, whether that's in a few months or years down the line. From groceries to rent to daily bills and expenses, this
And she be on like 10 toes down, like not allegedly. And I've been sued for not saying allegedly. That's why I got this problem I have now with this judgment. I have been sued for not saying allegedly. So the things she's saying, and she'd be like, no allegedly, like no Diddy pause, or like, you know, like, you know, they be like, no allegedly. I would think that they could shut that down. So I'm curious. Now, I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm saying, yo, well, how come when I say the littlest shit, like I got sued again by that, again, I don't want to get sued, right? Because they take anything. But Josh Weber, that the dude that's pretending he directed a movie I directed based on my personal account, sued me in LA again for $4 million for a interview I did with Earn Your Leisure where I didn't even say his name. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. So I know, like, you can get sued for nothing. So I'm like, yo, how come nobody's suing these people? Why won't they just say nah? Like, you know, I'm not calling out no names, but we all know that the shit they're saying is nuts. Pause. It's so that I can't even, it's nuts. And not just for Homeboy, for everybody. So I'm hoping the stuff I'm hearing isn't gonna happen. I'm hoping that the stuff I'm hearing isn't true. I don't want anybody to be that dark. I don't want another blow for hip hop, you know? And I'm just trying to figure out, you know, I'm very curious to know who was at them parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone was there. You know, I'm not going to even hold you. Like, I can't pretend I don't want to know. But I'm saying, like, DiCaprio, and I can tell you stories about that dude later or at another time, but he came out and was like, yo, I don't, you know, he said something. He did say something. His press, whatever they wanted him to say, he had a statement. So I want to know why there's no statement from all these, like, the shit they saying is unbelievable. It's crazy. It's nuts. Pause. And I've never seen, like, my legacy has never been compromised in that way, where people are making, you know, the cartoons. You see, there's this, like, dark cartoon that'll be on. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Just the fact that it's being said, it's the same thing. Like, I'm sure people want to know between me and Homeboy, yo, why are y'all beefing? He's never explained that. He's never said, like, any of those things. So I just think in this day and age, based on the accusations that happened, not just him, everybody should just, you know, I did. When they said that those parties with me and Aaliyah and Jennifer Lopez, yeah, bro, I was at a party with Aaliyah, Jennifer Lopez is on the pillow, Natani's on the pillow. I'm going to be on that pillow, you know what I'm saying? But not next to no dudes. And then I'm out. But I addressed it. You know, I'm transparent. Like, you could ask me any question. Like, I say no, and you could ask me why I said no, and I'll explain it to you. You could challenge me. But at the end of the day, if I'm expecting you to consume the things that I'm doing, my products, I do believe that you deserve a certain degree of honesty. Like, why do we all have to wait? I don't want to wait. Just tell us what happened. Or tell us it didn't happen. Say something. Not just y'all, anyone that's being accused of that shit, bro, because we definitely want to know. The whole world wants to know. But when people start resigning and people start erasing their Twitters, then it just starts to look suspicious and, you know, it makes people ask questions.
Yeah, let's go back to the work for hire. And how you feel about people saying that you always talk about Jay?
Well, let me answer it like this. To me, whoever is saying that I'm talking about Jay, I guarantee you that person talks about Jay way more than I do. And I think anyone that says that is dumb. Because Jay and Biggs took me to court. And I'm in an active, like, you know, situation based on us having to go to court. So I have no choice but to talk about these things. And when someone messes up 50 grand of your money, you probably talk about it. Can you imagine a man messing up 40 million when he messes up my Rockaware deal? Because he wants to make an announcement that he's no longer a part of Rockaware, but the minute, because he devalued the company, that I sell my interest to invest in Rachel Roy, he comes back to the company. Like, that was $40 million that I was gonna get paid. Like, I don't see why, like, if I could get in front of Jay right now, there'd be some questions I would ask, right? And again, for all of those people that are like, yo, why you talking about him? Why the fuck? I talk about a lot of things, but this in particular, this dude's been fucking with my money, intentionally. And he has a whole crew of people that go to funny parties that are fucking with me too, like a Steve Stout, a Leo Cohen, you know, those kind of guys. So that's why. And because y'all being misled, because you only read headlines, and sometimes you sound very not intelligent based on how you perceive the headlines, I want to make sure y'all don't look and sound stupid. And I know that for everybody that defends Homeboy at the barbershop and been arguing on his behalf, y'all looking shaky right now. So of course you're gonna say something. So that's why Steve Stout has to go and wave a flag for another cat, because he's been the biggest promoter of that cat. And if that cat isn't exactly what he says he is, then he's gonna look like a pussy and no one's gonna fuck with him. So
Yeah, so he definitely did not play in this interview. He really addressed pretty much everything you could think of as far as Diddy, Steve Stout, Jay, Jaguar Wright, all the trending topics going on with the freak offs, etc., etc. So if you want to see more of this, you can either subscribe to our channel to see the shorts that we're gonna have around this topic, or you can go ahead over to Dame Dash's channel, American New, which I'll probably put a link in the description for you to visit this page if you've never been, and you can stay tuned for more.